Okay, welcome back. This is the second video on propagation division. So now we just divided our pothos plant, and if you missed that video, go back and look at the first video. This is the second one. So now that we've divided our pothos, we need to pot it up. Now that you have divided and pretty much chopped the plant up, you put your plant through some stress. So you want to give it good soil. You don't want to go cheap. Trust me, don't go cheap on soil. I use a product called Jungle Growth. It's a great, they have a great houseplant media potting soil. It's fabulous, I'll tell you that. It's light, airy, fluffy. They have a moisture control, and that's what I'm using today. So great. It's a little expensive for soil. You could get soil for $1, $2 on houseplant, but that's cheap. You want to get a good houseplant soil. Since these plants will be staying in the house or whatever, you want to give it a good soil and a good start. So that's what I normally do. Get this out of the way. So what I'm have here is a terracotta pot. It's about a 1 gallon, maybe a little bit more. And I'm going to put this potho in there. So you're going to take, I have a little scooper here. And you're going to fill it less than halfway. Just go. So here you go. Got soil in there. It's nice, light, airy soil. It's good. So now you're going to take your pothos. Take it, plop it right in. And you're going to stick it right in. So here is the pot now. You stick your plant in there. Now what you're going to do, you're going to take soil and you're just going to start shoveling it in there. You're going to start shoveling it in. And as you go along, you want to tap it down a little bit, but you don't want to compact it. Don't ever go down and just jam your hand in there. You don't want to do that, trust me. It's not good for the plant, for the health of it, especially that's the newly repotted one. It's not good. So now, look, we have a new plant, pothos, in a pretty pot. Another cool thing with pothos is that they're an aerial vine. They'll grow up trees and they have these long tendril roots that are just suck onto it. So what you can do is get a piece of wood, which I don't have one, piece of wood, take your vines and put them up on it. And you could take some sphagnum moss. I recommend wrapping the pole in sphagnum moss and moistening it and then putting these on there, and they'll just stick to it and they'll just grow straight up. It's a great technique to getting a vine. If you want something tall growing and you have a lanky vine, try that. And they do really good. And as this vine grows up, the leaves get bigger on it. So you won't get small leaves. You get these nice 1 foot to 2 foot if you have them long enough, and they do great. So I got this pothos ready. And now what you want to do, now that you got it potted up, you want to take it to the sink and soak it. You just want to drench the plant, rinse off all the dirt, get it cleaned up, and you just want to water it thoroughly. You want it until the water is just draining through the bottom. The reason being is that you just put this plant through shock and it needs water to soak it up and revitalize it a bit. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to take it, put it under a faucet and just soak it. And you'll do fine. And then you get a nice little bottom for your pot if it doesn't already have one. Stick it in a low to high light area. Make sure you water it regularly since you do just kind of butchered it a bit. And do the finger test. Just stick your finger in there, make sure it needs water. This is dry, so I'm definitely going to water it. And I'm actually out of that plant. Actually, I got 3 plants out of it, so it's a good deal. So about $2 a plant. So I'm comfortable with that, and they're decent size. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and you could propagate your photos. So check me out on and watch my other videos. They're pretty interesting. And we're going to get into some more exotic stuff like orchids and bromeliads coming up in the later video. So yeah, check me out. This is the Florida Garden Kid, Andrew.